G'day, battlers! And today we are jumping in to take a look at DreFlames, landing a 5-0 sweep in a Prismatic Cup Tournament to take him to number 10 in the entire world. And doing that with such an interesting team here. We've got Alolan Sandslash, Charizard, Ampharos, Flygon, Shiftry, and Gengar. Alolan Sandslash is not something I've seen used very often in this cup, and Ampharos, a really interesting pick, to especially using it in the yellow or white slot, which is such a just a competitive slot. Like, there's so many good Pokemon in that slot. So let's jump into it. Let's see how DreFlames did go ahead and do it. But first, if you have not already, do go ahead and subscribe for all of the Silph content coming out of this channel all the time. And yeah, let's jump into it. Jumping straight into round one up against Pokemon trainer Harris, who's got that Seeking and Granbull. So really excited to see how this is going to go. That is a Snarl Granbull, not Charm, and it looks like we are getting a little bit of lag here at the start, so all good though. Getting this first Thunder Punch onto Granbull, definitely going to put a little bit of pressure onto here. No shield, goes through, and the instant swap into Charizard. So again, this is going to be 30-second timer, so I'm expecting to see a lot of kind of fart switches, charge move catches, all sorts of things in this video. So the opponent swapping into Seeking now. Charizard going straight for the Blast Burn, which is going to do a lot of damage because Blast Burn is just such a broken move if it does go unshielded. No shield, does go through, and look how much damage that did to a Seeking. Now, with the 30-second timer, he could shield here and then swap out, but there's no real reason to keep Charizard around, so lets the Icy Wind come through. Down it goes. In comes the Ampharos, 2 Volt Switches, and that Seeking is gone. So we'll see what does come out in the back here. Also, the Granbull coming back out, and 2 more Volt Switches again are going to take... Oh, actually, I think there's only got 1 Volt Switch onto that, and then the next one got caught onto the Snorlax, but Thunder Punch going through here. Both shields are still in play, so the opponent burning their first shield. DreFlames just wants to land his Focus Blast onto the Snorlax. That is the end goal here. So burning the shield, how is he going to try and do it? Does he go for the bait again, or does he go straight for it? Goes for the Thunder Punch again, try and get this last shield out of the Snorlax, and then just needs to get to a Focus Blast for the win. Okay, burns the shield there. 1 more Volt Switch, swapping into Alolan Sandslash to try and take the energy from this Snorlax. Keep that Ampharos for later on. Burning the shield on Alolan Sandslash, and he did go for the superpower, so correctly called on that one. Here comes Granbull, throwing a charge move. It's probably just a crunch though, not going to do... Oh, close combat! Oh man, taking out that Alolan Sandslash, but that has just given Ampharos that 1 Volt Switch it needed to get the Focus Blast. Focus Blast, going to go through, take out Snorlax, and then it's going to be GG's on game 1. Man, Ampharos really putting in work there, but going into the second game now, seeing Gengar in the lead up against Granbull. So this is kind of an interesting matchup. Because Granbull has the Snarl Crunch, it's going to be doing a lot of damage here, so we'll see how it ends up playing out. Farming up a lot of energy on this Gengar, burning the first shield now. Yeah, it's going to be that crunch. One single crunch is just going to really ruin Gengar's day. So charges up a lot of energy, has the back-to-back Shadow Punch ready to go. Goes for the first one. No, there's the shield. Actually gets 1 extra Shadow Claw in and then goes for the second one. This will take out Granbull if it goes through, I believe. So it does go through. Down goes Granbull. What are we going to see coming? Oh, it's the Snorlax totally walling it. And the instant double swap into the Charizard vs Seeking matchup that we saw before. Going to see DreFlames do the exact same thing. Going for that Blast Burn, hoping to get it through and do a ton of damage to that Seeking. Does go through. Man, that is just chunking health. And I mean... Pokemon trainer Harris only has like a Snorlax and a little bit of a Seeking left in the back as well. So Charizard swapping out now into Ampharos to try and get a little bit of energy. Here comes that Snorlax, and is DreFlames going to go straight for the Focus Blast? Are we going to see the bait this time? The opponent knows that that Focus Blast is just lying there waiting to be used, so we'll see how it ends up playing out. Body Slam goes through, charges up and goes for the Thunder Punch bait again. Does the opponent have nerves of steel? Are they going to burn the shield? They do burn the shield, and 1 more Volt Switch. Ooh, knows that the charge move is going to come through. Sorry for the bump there, but Charizard comes in, eats up that energy. Ampharos is going to come back in. Ooh, perhaps an undercharge there, maybe? I'm not sure if there was like a little bit of like a leak damage there. Catching the Focus Blast onto the Seeking. That is absolutely insane. Takes out the Seeking. Couple more Volt Switches. A Thunder Punch might be enough to do a lot here. I'm not sure if he's going to take out the Snorlax. Gengar has a bit of energy in the back as well, but that's going to be totally resisted. Swapping into Gengar, going to try and get the Shadow Punch, and it does get the Shadow Punch. This will take out Snorlax, even though it is going to be super resisted, and that is going to be GG's on game 2, taking out round 1. Alolan Sandslash up against Seeking. This is not where Alolan Sandslash wants to be if that Seeking does have Drill Run. Drill Run's going to be doing a lot of damage to Alolan Sandslash, so see how it does end up playing out. Letting it come onto the first... Oh, and letting it go through as well. This is definitely going to do a lot. It's not going to take it out, but it is really packing on the damage there. Going for the Bulldoze to throw back in return to that Seeking. Again, not going to do much. It's going to do even less damage than the Drill Run did to Alolan Sandslash. Swapping into the Ampharos now. One more Volt Switch was all he needed. In comes the Frostlass though, and this is a pretty interesting matchup because Ampharos is really getting these charge moves off so fast. The Volt Switch is just doing heaps. Already bring that Frostlass down to half health before it gets a charge move off, burning the shield here, and so Ampharos is definitely going to be able to get a charge move off before Frostlass can do anything else. Getting some extra energy here, swapping into Alolan Sandslash to try and tank the Avalanche. Unfortunately, did not catch it. The opponent swaps that into Granbull. Now going for the Ice Punch up against Granbull, burning a shield. That is a really interesting shield in the opponent's end. Trying to get to another Ice Punch and is able to. Snarl does not do much damage at all. Able to get this Ice Punch through. Burning both shields, really trying to keep Granbull alive, so maybe just convinced that there is going to be that Gengar in the back to use those crunches on, but unfortunately that is not the case. It is Charizard. Charizard is not going to care too much about this Granbull. Crunch is going to do about half of its health, which it can definitely take there, and then we'll be able to get to a Dragon Claw before another Crunch Dive. Oh, just not. Deciding to not burn the shield, letting Charizard take the hit, and Ampharos, we know Ampharos is going to be able to Volt Switch this thing down. Just such an amazing Pokemon. Ampharos is really putting in a lot of work so far. This Thunder Punch is going to take out the Granbull. Down it goes, and then here comes, maybe the Seeking comes in, or else, oh no, Frostlass comes in. Thunder Punch, I think it's going to take out the Frostlass at this point as well, and then yeah, that Seeking is about 1 Volt Switch from KO, and yeah, there it goes through. Oh, no, another 2, and yeah, still out of shield, but hey. Going into round 2 up against Philip San Juan, who's got the Probopass up against Alolan Sandslash, and this is not where Probo wants to be. These Bulldozers are going to be doing a lot to Probopass because of its Rock and Steel typing, and it doesn't really have anything to throw back at Sandslash that's going to do much at all. Rock Slide, not doing much there. Charges up to the Bulldoze, firing up extra energy, and the catch onto the Tangrowth. There is no way that he should have known that that is when the charge move is going to be thrown. That is absolutely insane. It's just got to be pure luck, and knowing that he caught the charge move there, knowing that he didn't have to shield, resisting that Bulldoze, that is absolutely insane. Now going for the Ice Punches though, and Tangrowth is going to shield that first one. Ice Punch going to do a lot of damage. You can see how much Powder Snow is doing, because it's just that super effective damage. Now burning the shield here up against the first Rock Slide, really loving throwing the Rock Slides at this Alolan Sandslash, switching back. This is the games that we are playing with the 30-second switch timer, absolutely incredible. Catching the, I think trying to catch the Ice Punch, but getting hit by a Bulldoze. Now swapping to the Ampharos to tank another Rock Slide from the Probopass. Oh, goes for the Thunderbolt. Oh no, going to be resisted. There is so many moves being caught all over the place. This is absolutely insane. What do we get? Oh, we're seeing the Whimsicott come in now. Throws the Thunder Punch straight away. And trying to not let a Charm come through. Not going to do much damage, but now swapping into Alolan Sandslash, and here comes that Tangrowth again. No matter what Pokemon was kind of up against Alolan Sandslash here, Alolan Sandslash is going to have a lot of play, so the opponent is really just going to try and play around this Alolan Sandslash as much as possible. Get him over to one more Charm, we'll take it out, and now it is just the Gengar coming in. Full health, is taking a lot of damage from these Charms, and because it is a Charm Whimsicott, it's not getting to its charge moves very fast. So DreFlames able to shield up here, one more Shadow Claw, 2 more Shadow Claws, and that Whimsicott is going to be bye-bye. So taking game 1, going into game 2 now. The opponent, will see if they try and play around that Alolan Sandslash any better, because yeah, that was definitely the crux of his lineup in that one. Going in, leading it, and here is Hypno. So this is not really a great matchup for Alolan Sandslash. Like, this isn't one where it's like, oh yes, this is the best, but it's not really the worst either. Like, it's still going to be doing a lot to Hypno. So throwing the first Ice Punch here, we'll find out what Hypno's moveset is soon enough. Just tanking it, knows that Hypno can kind of tank anything, even a Bulldoze wouldn't be doing too much. If this is a Focus Blast, it's GG's, but it is the Shadow Ball, so still doing a lot there, but Alolan Sandslash can definitely tank it pretty well. So going for another Ice Punch here, just trying to whittle down this Hypno. It's just a battle of the sort of bulky tanks here. One more Ice Punch is all that Sandslash needs to take it out. Here it is. Are we going to see a shield come up from Hypno to get its own charge move off? There is the shield. Gonna try and get its own charge move off here. DreFlames, knowing that if he shielded this up, Hypno would probably take him out anyway, so perfect charge move timing there. Lets it go down, has the shield advantage. Gengar getting a bit of energy there, ready to go. And here comes that Probopass. Instant swap into the Ampharos. Are we gonna try and get a Focus Blast onto this thing? He's still got 2 shields, so can burn one, but doesn't really have to in this matchup. Again, Rock Slide and Thunderbolt, neither of those are really going to do much damage. Goes for the Focus Blast here. If this land... Oh! The swap it! I'm not sure if that was lag or what happened there, but the Focus Blast is now going onto this Tangrowth. Does go through, does heaps of damage, swapping back into the Gengar now, trying for the farm down to get as many charge moves off as possible onto this Probopass, going for the Shadow Ball now, and then it has an extra half a Shadow Ball ready to go, so we'll see how this ends up playing out. Really trying to force Probopass to burn some energy here, and gets another Shadow Ball off. I mean, Gengar Star's like, his DreFlames got both shields here, so yeah, Shadow Ball gonna go through, taking out the Probopass basically, and yeah, that's GG's with 2 shields still intact. DreFlames just dancing around the Prismatic Cup, knowing that he can do absolutely anything. Going into the final game of the round, we're seeing that Ampharos versus Probopass again. Does DreFlames go for the Focus Blast? Are we going to see the Focus Blast straight in the lead, landing on the Probopass? There will only be one way to find out. Charge move coming through. I don't need to tell you again, Ampharos not caring too much about Probopass charge moves. Here we are, tries to tank the Focus Blast onto Hypno, who would not be caring about it at all, but did not catch it. DreFlames was 2 on the money. Saw it once happen again in the last game and it wasn't going to let it happen again. Here we are back in the Alolan Sandslash versus Hypno matchup, and are we going to see another Shadow Ball come through? We're going to try and see a bait this time. We see the Shadow Ball hitting again. That is all good though. We know that Alolan Sandslash is still going to be able to do a lot in this matchup. Getting the Ice Punch right at the correct time so that another confusion did not come through from Hypno. Ice Punch going through. One more Ice Punch is always going to need. Could potentially burn a shield and farm down here and have tons of energy to go into the next matchup. And that is what DreFlames is going to do here. Burning the shield on the Thunder Punch, one more Power Snow, down goes Hypno, and what are we going to see come in? It is the Probopass. Bulldoze going straight in, trying to get this Probopass out as soon as possible. Does get the shield, trying to get both shields off here, so that Ampharos can then get the Focus Blast off, that it has it ready to go. So Bulldoze going, actually does it still have it, or did it use too much energy? Not sure, but landing the Bulldoze onto Probopass, no Focus Blast required. That is huge, letting Alolan Sandslash go here, because it has definitely done its job. Gengar could come in, or Ampharos for the farm. Now coming to Gengar up against Tangrowth. Probably gonna, yeah, go straight for it. Ooh, charging up heaps of energy here. Ready for Tangrowth to throw a charge move, but throwing the Shadow Punch at the perfect time, just before a charge move can come through. Shadow Punch, burning the shield there. Just an animation glitch. Burning the shield now, and can throw the Shadow Punch back to back to try and deny anything else happening here. Funky gets one Shadow Claw, and Tangrowth is getting a charge move through. Will this take out the Gengar? Ooh, does take it out. Ampharos coming in now. One Volt Switch takes out Probopass, and now just as to take out this Tangrowth, which this Focus Blast will definitely do. That is going to be GG's on game 2. This Ampharos doing so much work, man. Going into round 3 now with Quasar, who has another really interesting team, that Chestnut and the Haunter to DreFlames' Gengar. We'll see how this plays out. Gengar in the lead, swapping straight out into, oh no, into Flygon, and a Dugong is coming out here. If he can get this charge move off though, if it goes through, this will be pretty good, because this Stone Edge will do, oh, does a nice chunk of damage to that Dugong there, and gets the Dragon Claw. This Flygon just charges up energy so fast, forcing Dugong to use a shield if it wants to stay alive, and it does. So getting the shield advantage there, which is a great play. In comes the Ampharos, one Volt Switch about to go through, one more Volt Switch, and that Dugong will go down. So shielding up the Icy Wind here. I'm not sure if he had to, but maybe wanted to keep as much energy, as much health as possible for the Haunter. Letting the next one come through there. It's going to be another Icy Wind, just to debuff that Ampharos down. Trying to swap straight into the Charizard as soon as possible. Ooh, he was tapping on it. I think a Volt Switch might have gone through while he was tapping on it, but hey, Charizard is in now. Going to eat a Shadow Punch, and then going to try and get to, presumably, a Dragon Claw to try and take this Haunter out. Dragon Claw gets off before Haunter can get another charge move off. This will take out Haunter if no shield comes up. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. There was a Talonflame swap in there. Absolutely insane. Gouge to the Dragon Claw. Has the switch timer up ready to go though, so can swap into Ampharos at any time. That 30-second timer, man. Absolutely insane. Swaps, gets the Thunder Punch, putting so much hurt onto this Talonflame. We see the final shield come up there. Ampharos is pretty close to another one as well, so it burns the shield here. Probably just a Flame Charge to boost the damage of the Incinerates from the... Ooh! Haunter coming in, swapping in for the charge move. This is not looking good for DreFlames here. Shadow Punch almost taking it out. Has the Thunder Punch ready to go. Oh, just isn't able to take that one out there. So Quasar giving DreFlames his first L here in the first game of round 3. This is a pretty interesting matchup though, Shiftry versus Dugong, because they're both going to be doing super effective damage to each other. Dugong has the benefit of doing super effective damage with its fast moves as well, so we'll see how it doesn't end up playing out. Dugong burning the first shield there. Shiftry only one snarl away from getting another Leaf Blade off though, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. Swapping into Charizard now. Here comes that Haunter again. we're going to see the Dragon Claw going off again. Probably is going to see a shield just play out the same way that we did before against Haunter. There's the shield. Haunter going to try and get a Shadow Punch to take out this Charizard. But Charizard's already at another Dragon Claw. So actually, just Charizard letting this go through. Yeah, down it goes. Can really bring in either Pokemon here to farm up some energy. Decides to bring in the Shiftry. Here comes that Dugong back, which is a bit unfortunate for Dugong because now it's got the energy ready to go. This Leaf Blade is going to go through onto that Dugong, doing a lot. Swooping Ampharos back in the 30-second timer, man. Absolutely insane. Just such high level stuff going on here. Now letting the first Icy Wind come through. One more Volt Switch will take out the Dugong. And then we're going to see, are we going to see Haunter come back in? Are we going to see something different? What are we going to see here? We're going to see the Haunter come back in, has the charge move ready to go. The shield comes up on the Ampharos. Ampharos does not want to lose the energy that it has stored up here. In comes that Talonflame. They were presumably letting the timer go down before so they could bring in that Haunter for the charge move and then instant swap into Talonflame. Thunder Punch goes through, gets an extra Volt Switch because he knows that Talonflame is not at the charge move yet. This is going to take out the Talonflame and only needs one more Volt Switch to take it out. Swaps into the Shiftry though, and yeah, 2 Snarls, down goes Haunter, and it is now 1-1 in round 3 here. What are we going to see in the lead? We're going to see Ampharos versus Haunter. These two Pokemon have really been like the key players of the two teams in this round. Swapping into Flygon again, and we're seeing the exact same thing happen with the Dugong come out. Are we going to see the shield this time from Dugong's end on the Stone Edge? There's the shield, so the opponent playing it much better than the first game does still get this Dragon Claw off, but the opponent should know that they do not have to shield here at all. Dragon Claw not going to do much to Dugong at all. A little bit of lag, but down it goes. Ampharos will probably come back in here to try and get a bit of energy on this Dugong. Yeah, here it is. Volt Switch is going to go through. Doesn't have to shield. Icy Wind's not going to do too much damage. And then we'll be able to get to the Thunder Punches fairly quick. Swaps into Gengar after tanking the charge move though. Here is that Talonflame. Does have a lot of energy here. Gets for the Shadow Ball before a Flame Charge can come through. Does the Talonflame let it go through? Oh, it goes through, taking out the Talonflame, the one-hit KO. And here's Haunter. Gengar already had the energy ready to go. Has the Shadow Punch here before Haunter can get to its his. One Shadow Claw too fast. Gets the shield, swaps into Ampharos, only needs one more Volt Switch. Has 2 shields still. DreFlames able to burn the shield on this Shadow Punch. We'll be able to Volt Switch down this Haunter before anything else could happen. But Dugong comes in, burning another shield. And again, Ampharos is in such a good spot here. Charging up extra energy, goes for the Thunder Punch, going to take out Dugong, and really only needs that one more Volt Switch to take out Haunter in the back. And DreFlames going to take out round 3 here with the Thunder Punch to take out that Haunter. Now 3-0 in this absolutely stacked tournament, going to round 4 up against Hot Pocket, who again is running a crazy team with Hitmonchan. So really excited to see how this plays out. Does have that Munchlax as well, which is a pick that most people have been going for that Snorlax instead. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how these matches play out in round 4. Going in now with the Shiftry lead up against Dugong. We've seen this before, and it didn't end up playing well for DreFlames in the last one, but we'll see how it goes this time around. Actually, was that game 2? No, I think he won that one. He won that, or did he? I have no idea, but we are seeing Shiftry versus Dugong nonetheless, and we're going to see it play it pretty similarly. Hot Pocket shielding up that first Leaf Blade, Shiftry shielding up the first Icy Wind here. Shiftry is going to be able to get another one off, but swapping into the Ampharos, and the swap into Tangrowth this time. Tangrowth is a pick that has really been used by so many people in that blue slot. It's really nice to be able to use some versatility, not be forced to use a water type. Going for the Focus Blast, and it does get shielded by Hot Pocket. That is really devastating for Ampharos there. Would have loved to get that through. Letting this charge move come through though onto Ampharos though. It is the Rock Slide, going to do a fair bit. Swapping out again into that Gengar, the 30-second timer, guys. Gengar up against Tangrowth. This is going to do a lot of damage, so really is force a shield because Gengar is a pretty squishy Pokemon. Dugong coming in here, and the Shadow Ball trying to get it off, but unfortunately Dugong gets his charge move off first. Will Gengar be able to survive this Icy Wind? Does hang on for dear life, gets the Shadow Ball off, but it has been debuffed, so it's possible that this might not take out the Dugong quite. Does still do it though, absolutely insane. Here comes that Hitmonchan. Unfortunately, Gengar is just too weak there. Swaps into the Ampharos, tries to get the Thunder Punch off, but Tangrowth swaps in instead, trying to take it out here. Here comes that Shiftry, going for the foul play up against the Tangrowth. Does have the Gengar ready to go as a kind of third shield, sacrificial swap in the back as well. He's Hitmonchan, didn't have the chance to get too much energy, so hoping that this Leaf Blade will do a ton of damage. Hitmonchan is again pretty squishy, but yeah, DreFlames does not have much health to go for, and yeah, it looks like he's cut the recording off quick there because, yeah, Hitmonchan is going to take it out and there's going to be GG's on game 1. Hot Pocket now up 1-0. Going in with Shiftry up against Munchlax into game 2. And this is a pretty interesting matchup as well. It can kind of go both ways. I think Shiftry generally comes out on top because it gets its charge moves off much faster though. So down to the yellow already. Almost has another charge move, and this could just be a body slam bait from the Munchlax. It is just a body slam, and yeah, not going to do too much damage. Swaps into Hitmonchan though, which is going to do tons, and now DreFlames is able to line up his Gengar pick up against that Hitmonchan. We'll see what moves come out here. There's the Thunder Punch. Not sure what the other move is. It could be one of the other elemental punches perhaps. Goes for the Shadow Punch. Now has the back-to-back. So if Hot Pocket shields, DreFlames is going to be able to get another Shadow Punch off to take out the Hitmonchan. There's the shield. And the swap out into Munchlax. Trying to take out Gengar, but Shiftry comes in. DreFlames not throwing that second charge move back-to-back. These guys both know that the Switch Charmer is a dangerous thing here. Tries to go for the Leaf Blade again to take out Munchlax, but unfortunately Munchlax gets his charge move off first. Hot Pocket, knowing that he had to go for the Body Slam to be able to win that matchup out. Here comes the Ampharos, gets one Volt Switch of energy on that Munchlax, and here is Talonflame. This is really not where Talonflame wants to be, so Hot Pocket is getting pretty desperate here. Thunder Punch gonna go through here. Yikes, that does a lot of damage. One more Volt Switch and that will take it out, but here's Hitmonchan. Gengar swapping in, goes for the Shadow Punch. Hot Pocket still has a shield, I think, so could potentially shield up here. It does. And could counter, is able to counter down. Not that it's going to matter too much because DreFlame still has 2 shields here. Going to burn the first one on Hitmonchan, 1 Volt Switch. Hitmonchan's going to go down. It is Ice Punch is the other move there. Actually goes for the Thunder Punch to take out Hitmonchan. Which, I mean, hey, just as good. Again, still has both shields, so it doesn't really matter too much. There's Talonflame, 1 Volt Switch, and that is GG's, and they are now 1-1 in round 4. Let's see what these two giants in the PvP community do end up doing in the final game. And we are seeing Charizard come out up against that Munchlax. This is another interesting matchup because Charizard is a really squishy Pokemon, so it doesn't like getting hit by Body Slams from Munchlax, but it also charges up energy pretty fast. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. First Body Slam coming through before Charizard can get to a Blast Burn. Gets it now and just lets it go. By which I mean Hot Pocket hasn't swapped out here, playing 30-second timer games. Burning the first shield. Munchlax really trying to win out this first matchup. Another Body Slam coming through. Charizard letting it go this time. So this will do a fair bit. Yeah, it does do a fair bit. He's going to be able to get to another Blast Burn before getting taken out though, which is really good for DreFlames. There's a second shield from Hot Pocket and licks down the Charizard. Munchlax has a bit of energy here, ready for that Gengar in the back. So here comes Ampharos. Getting a charge move off before Ampharos can get the Thunder Punch again. I'm kind of wondering if Hot Pocket, went for the Bulldoze, but does get it shielded. I think potentially could Volt Switch down here. Swapping out at the last second there into Hitmonchan. So now switch locked. DreFlames able to bring in that Gengar. The 30-second switch timer, I don't think we'll be able to protect this Hitmonchan because there are no shields in play. Gengar will be able to get to this Shadow Punch, which will just do so much because of Hitmonchan's both weakness to Ghost and then just, is it weak or is it just neutral? Either way, it's doing a lot of damage because Gengar has a massive attack stat. Here's that Dugong and going for the Focus Blast to absolutely destroy the Ice-type Dugong. Wowza! That is absolutely incredible. Here comes Munchlax. It had its energy, but still really not in a great spot here. Goes for the Body Slam, and yeah, 1 Volt Switch goes through. Has the Thunder Punch ready to go, so throws it, and this will take out the Dugong, who must be surviving like 1 HP there. Like, surely it's got... Yeah, that is nothing. That is GG's, taking out round 4. Going into the finals now, up against Jolt019, who is packing the Lucario that we all loved at the start of the month. It was so high on the PvPoke rankings, and it just fell down since. Now, seeing Charizard up against Dugong in the lead. Charizard doesn't really want to be here, because there is the threat of a Water Pulse coming through, which could be devastating. Even an Icy Wind from Dugong is still going to do a lot of damage, so really not where you want to be. This is probably just an Icy Wind, though. And no shield, does go through and does do a fair bit. And we're seeing the double swap, Ampharos versus Gliscor now. Jolt recognizing that Ampharos is a fantastic save swap for DreFlames here. So DreFlames just going to try and whittle down the clock here. Goes to the first Thunder Punch, going to try and get another one off. And it does charge up so fast that Ampharos, charge him coming through here, doesn't shield it. And it is the Earthquake. That is so devastating for Ampharos there. This is putting DreFlames in a pretty bad spot. Was really hoping it was the bait there. Here comes that Charizard and catching the Dragon Claw on Chestnut. It's not going to do much at all. Chestnut actually burning the shield, which I guess was still scared that it was going to be a Blast Burn, but here it is now Gengar up against the world with 2 shields. This is definitely a pretty rough spot to be in. Charges up a lot of energy, and we're now going to see the first shield being burned from the Gengar. It is the superpower, so going to be debuffed, going to swap out as is just customary in the 30-second timer meta, where you just want to throw those debuffing moves and then get out of there ASAP. Goes to the Night Slash, burning Gengar's last shield, and gets the boost. Need to get that thing out of there, Gengar. Throw the first Shadow Punch, take out Gliscor, and then either one coming in here. It could be that Dugong, it could be that Chestnut. Here's Chestnut going up to the back-to-back Shadow Punch here. Goes to the first one, which might take out the Chestnut here. Ooh, actually started a shield, so yeah, that's GG's on game 1. Jolt taking out the first game in the finals. DreFlames on the back foot now, has to find his way back, and here is Alolan Sandslash up against Gliscor. This is where Alolan Sandslash wants to be, with the double super effective ice, and here comes the Chestnut, maybe trying to bait him out to keep Alolan Sandslash around. It's like, hey, here's another matchup that you're good in, maybe just leave Gliscor alone later, but hey, DreFlames going to swap into that Flygon and get the first Dragon Claw off, which still does a fair bit of damage to that Chestnut. Shielding up here in case it is a big nuke of a move. There's the Energy Ball. Do not want to get hit by that, even with the Dragon typing, but charging up a bunch of energy, and Gliscor is back. Alolan Sandslash comes back in, ready for Ice Punch throwing time. Gliscor, because it did get a little bit of extra energy there. Earthquake is going to be... Ooh, actually, let's go through... Okay, Incinerate, Talonflame coming in here. Going to try and just annihilate this Alolan Sandslash. It's going to be double weak to this fire. DreFlames could almost swap there. There's the swap into Ampharos. Ampharos is in such a good spot up against Talonflame. It really doesn't care too much about its charge moves. Brave Bird still do heaps. There's a Flame Charge, and yeah, these Thunder Punches and Volt Switches still doing heaps. Switching into Chestnut now, throwing the Thunder Punch. I think he does still have a shield, so no shield though on this one. Tries to get a charge move off, does get it off. That is huge for the opponent there. DreFlames really being put in the back foot here. Superpower taking out Ampharos. Here comes that Flygon, and it is just down to that Incinerate Talonflame in the back. Goes to the Dragon Claw here, maybe trying to take out their last shield. Gets the last shield, swaps into, oh no, Alolan Sandslash, the Fire Ice type, so weak to Incinerate. Trying to get that Ice Punch off to take out the Talonflame, and that just lets Flygon come in. This Dragon Claw will take out Talonflame. That is GG's, and we are now 1-1 in the tied finals, going into the final battle of the entire tournament here. We've got DreFlames fighting with that Ampharos once again up against the Chestnut. Chestnut superpowered him out of the way in the last battle. We'll see how it does end up playing this time. Into the Flygon and now into the Dugong. Again, are we going to see it play out the right way? Are we going to see the Stone Edge land on the Dugong? Are we going to see a really unfortunate spot for DreFlames? Lands the Stone Edge. That is huge. We know that he's going to be able to get the Dragon Claw off. We've seen this play. We know how this plays out. This Dragon Claw is going to force that Dugong to burn a shield if he wants to keep it around, which he does. Flygon going down, has the shield advantage, can really bring in either pick here. Both are going to be in a pretty good spot. Brings in that Ampharos, gets one Volt Switch in before the charge move comes through. Letting it come through, it's just an Icy Wind. Not going to do much damage at all. One more Volt Switch, takes out Dugong. Are we going to see the Chestnut come back in? There's the Chestnut, swap it into Alolan Sandslash, and we're now in the Incinerate Talonflame matchup. There is Incinerate's doing so much damage with the ×4 effectiveness. It is just melting this thing. Gets one Ice Punch off before it can go. Can it get another one? It can get another one. Alolan Sandslash putting in so much work in a matchup that it has no reason to be doing well in. Does get the shield. The opponent has no more shields now. Ampharos swaps in, goes for the Thunder Punch. This will take out the Incinerate Talonflame. Down it goes, and now it is just that Chestnut in the back. DreFlames has the 2-0 shield advantage. There is nothing the opponent can do here. On a sliver of health, Ampharos gets the Focus Blast off, and this will finish the entire tournament. DreFlames with this Ampharos in all 15 battles, taking out the trophy. That's just absolutely huge for DreFlames there. Some absolutely crazy plays there. The 30-second switch timer added so many dynamic matchups into that. So much back and forth, so much kind of following each other around, switching into these different matchups, catching moves. It was just absolutely amazing to watch. So thank you to DreFlames for sharing those battles with us, and congrats again for hitting number 10 in the entire world, number 2 in the United States. That is just absolutely impressive. So like, just watch out for DreFlames if you ever have to face him in a tournament, because yeah, he will he doesn't care if you've got Incinerate Talonflame up against his Alolan Sandslash. He will find a way out of that matchup and get the victory. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one. Thank you to my patrons and supporters over on Twitch. I don't actually have Jacksplatoo on here yet. That is a new patron of mine. I promise you'll be on the next image. I promise, I swear. But if you do want to see some more Prismatic Cup content, do subscribe, or you can watch one of those older videos of mine as well on the Prismatic Cup. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks to DreFlames again. And if you didn't see like the April Fool's video that I did the other day with Weatherball Primeape, You can go check that out as well on the channel. But I will see you in the next one.